I just want to talk about this neighborhood that I live in right now. I live in Memphis, Tennessee, a very ghetto neighborhood within Memphis. Not that the whole city is ghetto, but some people don't want to come down here because they see it on the news a lot. Because there's ghettos here that are fucking notorious for being evil, for being shitty, and they've been on the news a lot. I am literally on Second Seventh Street at yeah, Seventh Street. Can you believe it? It's that fucking street is notorious for being affiliated with gangs and all this other stupid crap. It's been on the news and everything. I can't believe I live on a street, a ghetto street, with the way I sound when I talk. I live here on a street that is dangerous. There have been shootings here and there, but it's every once in a while, not too frequently, but sometimes it is. You just don't want to be here living here during the summertime. I'll say that much. And I can't wait for winter. I'll be hoping that all the niggas will be inside and not fucking around outside. And they stay out here like cockroaches. You'd be so shocked. They are you will see niggas walk outside at 3 o'clock a.m. They do not go to sleep. It's so fucking weird. They're just like cockroaches, dirty as shit, and plenty of them. So yeah, the people here are obviously very corrupt, and I feel for them. I really do. You know, I care. I'm not against them. When I tell truth, I do not talk trash about these people. I do hate the demons in them, but I love the good angels in them too. Everybody has to have a good side. If you have a bad side, so anybody can be a good person, and for that potential, I love them. I love them because of that. But the demon in them, I'm always gonna hate them while they got that demon in them, and that's you know it it obviously my love for them is there, but only it hypothetically if if that demon was gone. So, but their flesh I care about. I care about everybody's flesh. So good enough. That's all they need from me. It's but the people here are very ugly. They just look terrible, and I just wanted to just point out what they look like. They're just so fuck ugly. It's crazy how bad they look. You'd be so shocked. Nothing but black people here. I think if anybody lived here, white or black, doesn't matter. You'd be fucking ugly. But I gotta tell you, the black people here look fucking so bad. And I don't know. Sometimes I never thought that it could be real that you could produce bad looking kids who grow up to look like bad looking niggas. But they do look terrifyingly bad. And it's like their faces are deformed, their bodies when they walk is deformed. And it's not like it's a large portion. It's more like 10% of nah, maybe 20, 10%. Nah. I think about 20% of the people who live here look deformed. 20%. Now, mind you, that's a big number. If it's not 30%, that's a big number though. 20%, I mean, it's a lot because every day I'm gonna see somebody who's like crippled every day, or who looks like they're retarded because the people are half retarded, half smart. It's just so weird. It's crazy. And they don't have to be old. But yeah, especially when they do get old, it gets totally bad. It's really bad. And they don't even have to be that old. They could be about 40, 50, and they're already crippled. Already crippled. But they can be young. And I just feel like, you know what? They're producing children in a very unhealthy manner. It's coming from somewhere. And it's coming from what they're doing wrong here. Um, it's not totally their fault. It's everybody's fault. We all have control over what we got going on here, and not only this country, but in fact this whole world. Some of you don't know that, but you do. You do. You have to think outside the box, and you'll realize no matter how small your control is, it's there, and you have control over this whole world. You play a part in it. That being said, um, it's not totally their fault, but it is mostly their fault. They don't have any dreams and they don't have anything else to look up to but hey, go fuck more bitches and find a way to get money and listen to more dirty hip hop. This is what those people do all day, and they have no dream to even travel out of this dirty place. They plan on living here forever. The way they act, you can tell, yeah, they don't plan on getting out of Memphis. They don't plan on leaving. That's how they act. It's like You can tell that their mentality requires them to stay here, whether it's because they know everybody in the damn city, which they do. They always know every car that drives by and who's in it, which is crazy. Waving at every car they see. Every person is doing that. As I look out the window, I'm seeing this. If I go to the store, I see this. So this is where I'm able to monitor this type of activity. But there's also the idea that you also see the same people. There have been times where I've been here when I was young, came back about 10 years later, see the same people. And I can't believe it. They've only aged. There's been a time where I was about maybe 23 or 24. I moved out to get into my own apartment. It was a failure. Stayed gone for about a year, came back, saw the same people in the same place. It's only been 1 year, but it's like you just know that nobody's leaving. You instinctively just can tell by how they act, how comfortable they are to just stay in this nastiness, that they do not have a dream at all. And part of that dream would have been, if they ever had one, which would be to travel, not just travel the world, but really just to get out of this piece of shit. At least that. But they do not. I'm here to actually just talk about how ugly they are, though. The fact that they're being produced as children to look bad is saying something. And after monitoring them, I have come to find out that they truly should not look this way. And they are deformed. There's just something wrong with them and something wrong with the way they speak. But it's worse now. It's worse than what they call ebonics. It's worse than that. They now speak like they have something wrong with their mouths physically. Like there's something wrong with how their tongue is rolling out or how their lips are moving. It's crazy. It's too much deformity around here. And this is what we're producing. By the way, guess what? They're fucking American. Can you believe it? They're not in my book, but in your book, they're American. This is what we call a piece of our country. And we got to deal with that. We can't just leave people abandoned. We got to help them. We got to fucking care. But at the same time, it is disturbing. And they just don't have intelligence. It doesn't matter if they're black or not. Right now, they're fucking black. That's just it. And they do not have intelligence. Everybody's dumb in their own unique manner. Just know that. But these people, my God, they do horrible. They do horrible at being dumb. They do the worst. But you know what they do have? Black pride. They got black pride. How useless. Just fucking useless. They do have black pride. Not pride for the country, not at all. Black. And it's just a waste. Just not being taught. They're in school. Everybody's required to go to school, so where's the intelligence at? I just believe we're not being taught wisdom. This rate, I mean, this school intelligence ain't doing shit. The school education, everybody's getting it, and it's not done anything. And these people still have jobs. They have jobs. Living in the ghetto, whether they're living with their mom who has a job, but they all seem to have a home. There's a lot of homeless people here too, but obviously the majority of them have a home and a job with it. And obviously these are jobs you do not want to see them at. Whether working at McDonald's or IHOP, you don't want to go there to those restaurants knowing that you find these kinds of people with deformities and shit and bad attitudes. This is crucial. It needs to be fixed fast. This is not something you can wait. You can't even wait 1 year on this. This needs to be fixed right now. I mean, these people are producing our food. They're making our products. They're our brothers and sisters. We gotta eat with them. We gotta dance with them. We gotta build with them. They're among us, so we gotta take care of them. But what's really important is while we do that, they gotta fucking take care of us, and they gotta do it right. So it's just a mutual respectful thing. That's all. But that's not even the biggest problem. We just need to know what they need. And what they need is some fucking intelligence, some wisdom, which they're not getting in school. School's not teaching that. It's just teaching math, science, and all these other subjects, but it's not teaching how to be human. You people, you can't think everything is common sense. I promise you, you do need to learn how to be human. It's crazy. If you didn't, you'd be a caveman. You'd be a Neanderthal. We'd be living in BC. It would just start over. You do need to learn how to be human. It's not really like how to be human. It's like where we're at now. You need to learn how to cooperate with where we are at now. What we've learned so far as wisdom of how to be human, needs to be taught to you. But they're not getting any of that. They don't know how to show manners. When you can see the proof of all this when you meet them in public. Go fucking meet them. Go to a store filled with blacks. It can be, honestly, it doesn't even have to be in a low class area. It can be everywhere. But especially in a low class area, go to a store. Look at how they approach you. Look at how they act. If they give you eye contact, they do none of that. If they say thank you or please, they barely do any of that. It's insane. Their mood, their attitude. You just can't believe it. You just can't believe it. But that's reality. But you can understand where it comes from so that you can change it. I understand where it's coming from, and I'm fucking telling you that it's in their heart. They just don't have a heart to think that any of that stuff is important. And they need to be given that and be taught why it's important. School, something has to teach that. Hell, fucking church, at least. I'm not trying to insert church, so, calm the hell down if you're getting offended. Shut up. You should be offended by this world, not me. I ain't doing shit to make your life hell. This world is. But church, man, at least they attend church. That's one thing I know. Oh, it's so awesome that blacks attend church. That's one thing so awesome about blacks. I gotta say, I love them for that. They love God for some odd reason. They're not even loyal to the dude, but they love him. But church doesn't teach them shit. It just teaches them the same things. They're not very wise. The pastor's not very wise. He's a good man, but the pastors are just not. They're not getting clever with how to teach these kids. They're getting close, but they're not in the fire yet. They're not on fire. They're saying, we got a problem within these teenagers in the neighborhoods. They're probably addressing the issue that it's there, how the teenagers are acting. But are they like scientists like myself? Like, are they figuring out where the problem's coming from and truly getting on it? Because I tell you, I've never heard one pastor say, stop allowing your kids to listen to dirty American hip hop. I've never heard one pastor say that, one black pastor ever say that shit. Never. Because they probably fucking listen to it too. So it's you gotta be clever. You gotta be clever. There's not that many clever people. I know I am. So it's like, I gotta get this word passed around. I mean, you got to be clever. But church is a great thing. Church is a great thing. If I was a leader, I'd take control over that. I'd get in these churches, tell these pastors, tell these people how to be people. Tell them. Tell them. They look up to you. I mean, they look up to these pastors. They really attach to them. Blacks, it doesn't matter, anybody that's religious, but especially blacks, man. For some reason, they are the biggest worshipers of all time. The biggest followers of Jesus. Big time. And that's useful. Because they're the fucking worst when it comes to being ghetto. I tell you that. So that's really like that's kind of like, if we take advantage of it, that's a big amount of weight off our shoulders. We can make them Americans again. We really can. If they ever were. We can surely make these people in the ghetto Americans. Get it in these churches, man. I would honestly force thugs to be in churches. Anybody that goes to fucking jail, you go to a church. That's what I would do. No offense, atheists. I'm just talking about criminals. You shouldn't give a shit about criminals, so this should not offend you. If you're a fucking criminal, you do a crime, at least if it's a medium or heavy one, not a light one, such as stealing, simple stealing at Walmart or something, but a heavier one, you go straight to church. And I would modify all churches. If I was leader, I would modify these churches to teach wisdom. I know it sounds crazy. Churches only teach what the Bible gives you, but it does not teach wisdom. Bible has wisdom, but there's more wisdom. Don't be a fucking idiot. There's more wisdom. Now, here's my thing. I believe that God does not want to give us all the answers right away. What's the point of life if he does? So I do not believe that he would give us all the wisdom there is to know, if there's a such thing. If wisdom is not unlimited, he would not give us all that wisdom and put it in the Bible, because it would be too easy. It would be way too easy. I believe we have to figure that out for ourselves. Science, wisdom, all of that could have been in the Bible, but I believe we have to figure that out for ourselves. We're lucky to even have as much information as we do in the Bible. And it is dying. I know that. But hey, we can save it. Everything's dying in the game, but we can beat it. We can. We can stop that. But one thing's for sure is that churches need to pick up on that. They only teach what's in the Bible, but you know more than that. You don't have to just use the church for that. The church is about righteousness. So teach your righteousness to them, what you believe. And I think that's what they need to be taught. They need to be taught to stay away from what's making them thugs and what's making them rotten people. So, yeah.